Alright, shalom. First and foremost, want to give all praise to our boy Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Hashem Kadash. Call Halalim na Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Hashem Kadash. That's in the ancient Hebrew, saying all praises to Yahweh in the name of Yahushai, in the name of the Holy Spirit. Yahweh is the correct name for the God of the Bible, who the world ignorantly called Jehovah, God or Yahweh. His son's true name in the Hebrew is Yahushai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. I want to give the honors unto our elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And shalom to all our brothers and out there pushing this word in sincerity and in truth. To all that believe in this gospel, shalom. Alright, this lesson laws will remain title. Well, the title is All Spirits Return to Heaven. And a lot of there's a dogma out there that when you die, good people go to hell and bad people go to sorry, good people if you do good, according to the Christian dogma, good people go to heaven and bad people go to hell. So like but that's just bullshit. You know, there's nowhere in the scriptures that justify that, in regards to hell being this place under the earth or wherever them claim it there, where so-called bad spirits go and perish and burn forever and ever and ever. If you do good, you go to the spiritual realm, you know. And there's different heavens. That's another thing as well. There's a spiritual realm. There's heaven where in the sky which where you see the cloud them. There's heaven where you see like the stars, the planets are, moon. And there's heaven in regards to even like upon the earth, you can, rulership and that will be your heaven. But speaking of which, laws let me do a lesson, a follow-up lesson in regards to the levels of heaven, and what is hell. But just want to do a quick lesson, in regards to when you die, anybody die in general, where them spirit go, according to the Bible, right? Let's get this real quick. This is Matthew chapter 15, verse 7. Ye hypocrites, well the desires prophecy of you, saying, These people draw nigh unto me with their mouth, and honor me with their lips, but their heart is far from me. And the word heart here, go back to go and get the Greek, but it derived from the Hebrew word mean love. Let's get the Greek real quick. Greek, I don't know if I pronounce that.
Strong's G 2588, cardia. Cardia.
Alright, so basically the word is literally heart, but it doesn't signify or referring to your your physical heart. You go back to your mind, so it explain the organ, and then it says denotes the center of all physical or spiritual life. Says a vigor or sense of physical life, so the center or seat of spiritual life, so the soul or mind. And that's what I really go into, because your heart not have no form of other function than pump blood. When you say the heart is from him, referring to the mind. So it says the soul or mind. It says as it is the fountain and seat of the thoughts, passions, desires, appetites, affections, purpose, endeavors. And that's just it. So that's what I mean by them heart is far from him, meaning their mind, people thoughts, and belief is far from him, because why? Let's get it real quick. So verse 9, it says, But in vain they do worship me, teaching for doctrines the commandments of men. So the doctrine that Christianity of today is actually a doctrine of men, is not of the scriptures. The scriptures is something different. And let's just prove it real quick. This is Ecclesiastes 3 verse 20. All go unto one place. All go unto one place, not some. All go unto one place. All are of the dust, and all turn to dust again. Your body, you dead, gone to the earth, gone back to elements. Who knoweth the spirit of man that goeth upward? The spirit of man that goeth upward. Up where? We're going to get it real quick. And the spirit of the beast that goeth downward to the earth. So the spirit of all living being, man, let me use the word man, sorry. Being can refer to like animals, because the animals, spirit go downward, back to the earth. But the human spirit, you go upward. This is Ecclesiastes 12, verse 7. Then shall the dust return to the earth as it was, Scripture say we're basically made of the dust, go back to the elements of the earth, the body formed from the elements. And they say we're 70% water. It says, and the spirit, right? The spirit, right? When you die, your spirit, the spirit shall return unto God who gave it. I don't know the most I do in the spiritual realm. So the spirit return to the heavens, right? That's why when we go to the spirits appear in Job, Job was saying this, Job chapter 3, verse 11. Why died I not from the womb? Why did I not give up the ghost when I came out of the belly? So Job basically starts suffer. I must say, oh, why the fuck me none of us dead? Why am I have to come see this? I experience this hell. It says, why did the knees prevent me, or why the breast that I should suck? For so if him the dead, he must say this now. For now should I have lain still and be quiet, I should have slept. Then had I been at rest with kings and counselors of the earth. So if he dead, or if he never born, he would be what? With kings and counselors of the earth, which built desolate places for themselves, or with princes that had gold, who filled their houses with silver, or as an hidden untimely birth had I not been, as infants which never saw light, stillbirth, them dead, right? Dead people. It says, there the wicked cease from troubling. So when on that, the wicked up there too, and them cease from troubling, and there the weary be at rest. There the prisoners rest together. They hear not the voice of the oppressor. The small and the great are there. So even the dead, the wicked, the small, the great, the prisoner are there, and the servant is free from his master. Right? So this is Job. I say, oh, emotionally dead. His spirit don't go upward according to the scripture. And there, everybody there. Him list the wicked, him list the prisoner, him list the small, him list the great, him list the prince, him list the king. Because when you're dead, your spirit go one place. Let's get this example. Samuel was a righteous man, right? And Saul was a wicked king. Let's see what happened to Saul's spirit and what happened to Samuel's spirit, where they were or where they went. This is First Samuel chapter 28, verse 8. And Saul disguised himself and put on other raiment, and he went, and two men with him. And they came to the woman by night. And he said, I pray thee, divine unto me by the familiar spirits. So basically, Saul asked the woman for Cobia. And bring me and bring me him up, whom I shall name unto thee. And the woman said unto him, behold, and so this is Saul that commit wickedness, witchcraft, idolatry, or punishable by death. Scripture says, suffer not a witch to live. It says, and the woman said unto him, behold, well, him not committed, but him not doing it. Says the woman said unto him, behold, thou knowest what Saul had done, how he had cut off those that have familiar spirits and the wizards out of the land. Wherefore then layest thou a snare for my life, to cause me to die? And Saul sware to her by the Lord, saying, as the Lord liveth, there shall no punishment happen to thee for this thing. Then said the woman, whom shall I bring up unto thee? And he said, bring me up Samuel. And when the woman saw Samuel, she cried with a loud voice. And the woman spake to Saul, saying, why hast thou deceived me? For thou art Saul. And the king said unto her, be not afraid, for what sawest thou? And the woman said unto Saul, I saw gods ascending out of the earth. And he said unto her, what form is he of? And she said, an old man come up, and he is covered with a mantle. And Saul perceived that it was Samuel. And he stooped with his face to the ground and bowed himself. And Samuel said unto Saul, why, as though at this point, Samuel is dead, why hast thou disquieted me to bring me up? And Saul answered, I am sore. So he basically rise up in spirit. I am sore distressed, for the Philistine make war against me, and God is departed from me, and answereth me no more, nor by prophets. nor by dreams. Therefore I have therefore I have called thee, that thou mayest make known unto me what I shall do. Which is wickedness Saul did. It says, Then said Samuel, Wherefore then doest thou ask of me, seeing the Lord is departed from thee, is and is become thine enemy? And the Lord had done to him as he spake by me. For the Lord had rent the kingdom out of thine hand, and given it to thy neighbor, even to David, because thou obeyest not the voice of the Lord, nor executest his fierce wrath upon Amalek. Therefore hath the Lord done this thing unto thee this day. Moreover, the Lord will also deliver Israel with thee into the hand of the Philistines. So Israel will lose the war. And tomorrow thou shalt and tomorrow shall thou and thy sons be with me. The Lord also shall deliver the hosts of Israel into the hand of the Philistine. And if you have wisdom, or if you understand, let's say if you know the story, Saul, them dead. Him and his son dead the next day. You know, them lose the war. I think Saul they get one spear, and him asks him, I think him asks him how be afraid, like he slay him, you know. And his son them died in the war as well. Like, I think Jonathan and another one, if I'm not mistaken, died in the war. So Jonathan was, basically was with um David, and there's no written of him basically going off, but his father Saul was evil. God the Most High put an evil spirit upon him. But the scripture said what? Saul describes Saul as a wicked man, and Samuel was a righteous man, and here Samuel is telling Saul that, hey, guess what? You're dead tomorrow. You're gonna be with me. Yeah, your son them. Where am I go? At the spiritual realm. So anybody die actually go to the spiritual realm. You know. This is First Corinthians 15 verse 44. It is sown a natural body. It is raised a spiritual body. Main point: there's a natural body and there's a spiritual body. So we have a body when we do it, when we dip on the earth, and we have a body for the spiritual realm. This is Second Corinthians 5 verse 1. For we know that if our earthly house of this tabernacle were dissolved, we have a building of God, an house not made with hands, eternal in the heavens, and the house go back to like a body. You know, it's with the David Marley, him saying a song, Your body is just a vehicle transporting the soul. What inside of people is beauty to behold, because there's a spirit, inside of this flesh, right? And that's eternal. And when you die, basically have another body where you put on in the spiritual realm, but you need to manifest in something. He says, For in this we groan earnestly, designed to be clothed upon with our host which is from heaven, right? From heaven, because we're first in the spiritual realm and then we come here, and I hurt for the whatever task the Most High was done. It says, If so be that being clothed we shall not be found naked. For we that are in this tabernacle do groan, we know that's a body, yeah? Do it groan, being burdened, not for that we be unclothed, but clothed upon, that immortality might be swallowed up of life. So we have a body right now on earth. If we die, this go back to the elements, then our spirit go back to the heavens, and you have another body, spiritual body. Ask me look like, I have no idea. You see me? But the scripture speaks about all flesh in all persons, should I say, sorry. When you die, your spirit go to the most high, and your spirit have a body we put on in the heavens, you know. So that's the scripture, the lesson. Hope it is edifying until I go there. Just don't want to bring that point across. Hope it is edifying and the point was made until I go there. Giving all praise to our poor how about Shem Shai, about Shem Kakodash. The one and to our elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and shalom to the full like.